Babble.
Babble.
Babble. Babble.
Babble.
Babble. Babble. Babble.
Crimham. Babble Hour.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Crimham Babble Hour podcast. It's us.
Crimham Babble Hour.
We're back.
Yeah,
Yes, again. For another adventure.
we're back, and this time it's personal.
It's really personal. We're doing this for ourselves. No one else, really. It's just the way it has to be, you know. I don't know why, it just is. You know.
Some things have to be because if it's not there, then it won't happen.
Yeah, that's true. Right. I have half a bottle of cider here. I'm drinking Record Derlig premium Swedish cider.
I think they sell them in my corner shop. I've had it a few times. I'm not wow about it, but I do like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm drinking Blood Orange. It's gluten-free and vegan. Not that bothers me anyway, but it just is. What are you drinking?
Henry Weston's medium dry vintage cider. There's a picture of some guy on it. I'm not sure how well you can see it on the video version.
Ah, that must be Henry Weston himself.
Yeah, some say if you go into a mirror and say Henry Weston 3 times, nothing happens. So I'm looking forward to testing that.
Try that.
Yeah.
And if something happens, then it's wrong. The theory is completely blown out the water.
I do know for a fact if you go downstairs at like 1 in.the morning and shout Henry Weston in the mirror, a figure known as my mum will come down and ask me what the fuck I'm doing. Happens every time.
If I do that, or your mum, I mean, my mum, is that what it's called? My mum? Like a demon or something?
No, my mum will come and
your mum will
shout at
come
you
down my stairs.
Yeah, and go, what the fuck are you doing?
I'll be like, I don't know, I've lost my mind.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
Anyway,
It's nice, it's a bit strong.
When did we last do this?
I think
not
it was
last
more than
week.
A week ago.
Yeah, maybe like a week and a half.
Week and a half.
Ish.
Yeah.
This is a weekly-ish podcast.
I've been kind of busy with work and
yeah, same.
disassociating in my room, but other than that,
same. yeah. I mean, yeah, work's been. Well, it's not been busy. It's not like I'm working more than I would. I'm still working the normal amount of hours, but I'm just. I feel like I'm busier than I usually am, just with not just work stuff, but with streaming stuff as well, getting stuff set up for the big event, the 50th anniversary stream.
I've been slightly more busy at work because they've upped my hours slightly. They wanted to see if I could, because I had my hours basically reduced to minimum due to mental health, and I think they've we'll slowly increase it. So I was doing around 16-ish to 20-ish hours. Now I'm doing 20-ish to 25 hours. 29 maximum usually.
Yeah.
But that's not too much. But so I'm doing that, although technically not next week, or technically not in the next month, because soon I've got like almost 2 weeks off for next week and the week. I think the week after is basically other than like 1 or 2 shift.
Yeah.
But I've been doing a bit more work. Work has been very busy.
Yeah, it's hard. Mine's been the complete opposite.
I mean, the customers have been extra grumpy lately, but that's not really saying much to me.
It's nothing new, is it, for your work? I mean, I had a complaint on Sunday. Sunday was actually a good day, but this person came out of the play area just to, yeah, and I said, that's why are you complaining? They came out of the play area with their kid and that and said,
this isn't my kid.
I won't do the yeah, I have a complaint. Children. I won't do the accent, but he was like African, or maybe I don't know, South African, I'm not sure. African, I'll say. And then he was like, I'd like to make a complaint. And he said it to the people who I was working with, and I heard him. I was like, oh, God. Oh, okay. I was like, all right, we've had a good day. What is it? So he was like, where is your manager? And obviously, I'm not a manager. I was a supervisor, but I was the highest rank down there. I was like, oh, yeah, hi. He said, I have a complaint to make. The complaint is, and I was like, he said, that chocolate cake was delicious. I loved it. And then he said, the person who served me she's beautiful. And no, yeah, that's what he said. He said, she's beautiful. Her service was brilliant. And the girl was sort of stood there like smiling a bit like, what do I say? And I was just like, and his wife was sort of there like just laughing and smiling. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, I'll tell my boss about this right away.
That reminds me of the clip of like that guy who's pretending to be angry in a shop. He's like, who cooked me this food? Who cooked me? I want to see the chef. Who cooked me this? He was very angry. He was like, I was the person who cooked it. He was like, this is brilliant. You did a great job.
I love
well
it.
done.
That's how it felt. But I was sort of like, this is the best complaint I've ever had. Because obviously it's not a complaint. It's like the customers sort of trolling you in a way, because they know you're going to be like, oh God.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this is fantastic. That girl is beautiful. I was like, okay. She's 17, but fine. Yeah. Yeah. Good complaint.
I did have my one-to-one thing with my boss.
Yeah.
And she said, you've had no complaints, which is like everyone, not everyone, but like there's been the odd complaint. So it's like, you've had like no complaints. Well done. Well, there was one complaint, but the guy was drunk, and the boss was like, I think she was just like, okay, there's nothing I could do with that information, but still.
It's like, okay, shut up. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, true.
I did have a nice customer the other day. I did have one customer. It wasn't a compliment on it, but so the day before this shift happened, I went to my work as a customer and had my hair down. I usually have it tied up, and I waved at this customer because she's usually quite nice. She just blanked me. I was like, okay. I go into work with my hair done up and like tied up, and she was like, I saw you yesterday. I didn't know it was you with your hair down. I could not tell it was you. Only until I got home, I was like, it's you. And I was like, it seems to happen all the time. I have my hair down and
cunning disguise.
Like my own people I work with, I've had my hair down and they've just nothing. They're just like, I'm like, all right, Wendy, and Wendy's just like, yeah.
How do you know my name? It's me, you know. Yeah, true. It's me from work. You know me.
Maurice.
From work. Yeah. Did you want to talk about your news that you had, or your talking point?
Well, yeah, I was going to talk about I'm not sure if you've heard it. There was a.
I haven't heard it. But should we say the name of the person or not? I was thinking about this, and I was like, I guess so. If it's like common knowledge.
It's common knowledge. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I guess we could say the name of the YouTube channel, but I'm not sure what the guy's name is. If you want me to look it up quickly.
YouTube channel's fine, I guess. If it's not, I'll just bleep it out in the edit.
Well, oddly enough, when they ran the story, they didn't focus on the YouTuber himself. They just focused on the fact that when he did the murder, he put a stream up. So when the police were like, "Did you do that?" He was like, "No, I was streaming." It was a pre-recorded video.
Okay.
The YouTuber is called Vote Saxon. I'm not sure if you've heard of him.
No.
There's Doctor Who YouTube reviews and toy reviews.
I've not heard of him. I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, I watched him before it happened, of course, and I've always somewhat kind of enjoyed his content. It's just like every time a new Doctor Who video came out, I would watch it. It would just be like Okay, cool. Move next video. But yeah, he put up a stream at the time to make it look like he wasn't doing anything, but he got around it by saying like when the stream kept, he's like, I can't look at chat because it'll crash my computer because it's not live, so he can't.
Right. Okay.
That's what he did. He's like, oh, every time I look at my chat, it'll break the computer. He name drops the person he was going to kill in the stream as well, which is very creepy.
Oh God.
And for some reason in the stream, the no time to die trait poster flashes for a second.
Yeah.
Which is, people have theorized that was at the exact moment he was doing it to make it look like saying it's time to, which I think is a bit far-fetched, but I do think it's random that poster showed up for like no given reason in a GTA Vice City stream. It was
right. Okay. Yeah. Just looking here, his last video on YouTube was 2 weeks ago, and it was Doctor Who toy figurine set review.
So the thing, when the thing took place, it was like around December 9th, so they've only just like arrested him for it and figured out that it was like a fake stream. But it's just like really weird because like, I used to watch that person like on and off, not like never subscribed, but it would always show up as on my feed as a video, and I watch the stuff. And it's like looking back, it just feels really eerie now.
Yeah, because now you know he's a murderer.
Yeah.
Really view him in the same light. Oh, that's weird.
I will say, for sake of anything, it's he's not been proven guilty at this point, but he's been arrested for the murder, and the evidence is basically piling up at this point.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I've not heard of him before.
Yeah, it's just like really, it's kind of the same thing as I guess not as big, but it's like when a famous person does something really shitty that you like a musician.
Yeah. It happens a lot of musicians.
Happens a lot of YouTubers, to be fair.
Yeah, YouTubers, musicians. There's always something going on. You're like, oh God. Well, it's always something with everyone these days. Game developers, filmmakers, musicians, YouTubers. It's nowhere safe.
People can't just not do stupid shit.
People just can't not be controversial or murderers.
Can't stop.
They just can't stop. It's an addiction.
But yeah, when the news broke, though, I was like, I've seen that guy somewhere before, and I was like, I didn't really think of it, and then I think I watched the video and they showed the clip of the stream, and I was like, I definitely know that voice. And then they name dropped Dr. T. I was like, fuck.
It's Vote Saxon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's...
Yeah.
I don't know. Very strange, but hey-ho. Such is life. Happens, I suppose. I don't know what to say.
Murder, I suppose. Yeah,
murder.
It just happens, I suppose.
It does just happen. It's just one of those things. Yeah, so one of my main talking points for this episode was the DCU lineup that we've been graced with. Some of it, anyway. Yeah. For the first slate of like the project, the rebooted universe.
I don't remember all of them, but I do know there's like roughly what they are.
I have a screenshot of my phone. On my phone.
Oh yeah.
yes. Screenshot of my phone. TV shows are Waller from Wallace and Gromit. No, Waller, that lady who
from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah. Who, the Suicide Squad lady.
Yes.
Having her own TV show, which is written by the same people who created Doom Patrol and
Titans?
Watchmen.
I know Doom Patrol was very well received.
Yeah, I've never watched it, but
I've always wanted to watch it. It's just there's no place to watch it here. I don't think that I know of.
Sucks. There might be, but it's probably just I don't know.
I know Titans is on Netflix. I've only watched the first season. It was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Next is Lanterns, which is apparently described as like a true detective, cosmic show.
That sounds cool, to be fair.
And they find like a hidden secret on Earth or something that ties into the whole storyline. Which people were like, maybe it's the anti-life equation. But then again, I don't know if they do that so soon with, you know, Justice League.
Yeah.
Being technically, well, just happened. Not just happened, but, you know, maybe a bit soon to make that the plotline again. Still would be cool though.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't mind if it was that. Creature Commandos, which is another group that Amanda Waller sort of has, where it's just monsters basically.
Okay.
She uses them like the Suicide Squad just to solve problems, I guess, but they're all like monsters and stuff.
I got a feeling they're doing that is because they want to do another Suicide Squad, but since that's probably in the old universe, they don't want people getting bit confused, so they've probably just done that.
Bringing another group of misfits and stuff. Booster Gold, which is cool. See a lot of people. Yeah, he's basically from the future, comes back in time with future tech and acts like a superhero. Really.
Apparently, there was early talks back in like around the BVS time that they were going to do a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle team up movie or something.
Oh yeah.
There's rumors of it, and apparently had rumors of a director who was doing it, but nothing ever came of it.
Maybe he'll like cameo in it or something. Booster Gold or cameo in Blue Beetle.
I'm looking forward to
maybe
because that does kind of look cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, so I'm just like I've just seen behind the scenes photos.
I think he's more like DC's version of Iron Man, I guess. That's probably like not really giving him his own credit. I think he's a bit more different enough, but like I guess you could equate him to.
He's quite he's a younger guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can imagine him being quite comedic.
I don't know too much, but that's what I've been told about him. So.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the character. I saw one person say that Booster Gold should be played by the guy who plays Homelander. You know, sort of acting like really.
I guess so.
I don't know. I think he could pull it off, but I'm not sure.
I guess they probably won't cast him as that. They don't want him to probably.
Yeah.
Giving off the wrong vibe, just in case.
Yeah,
I know he will give off the wrong vibe acting in it, but they probably don't want people associating
him with Homelander with him. Yeah. Yeah. Paradise Lost, which is like the place where Wonder Woman lives, Themyscira, or whatever it's called.
That's it.
Apparently, it's going to be like Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones, so. But yeah.
Sounds cool,
I guess I'll watch it. Probably the one I'm least looking forward to, though, to be honest, because I'm not really bothered about that side of things, but we'll see.
I mean, if it's good, it's good, I guess, suppose.
If it's good, it's good. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's could be quite good.
I'll watch it, probably.
Yeah, described, these are the movies now. Yeah, it's described as like, I guess, because Superman just came straight to Earth with, you know, the good nature that he got from his parents and living on the farm. Yes, and Batman had just come out of his coma, and he said
again
nothing. And then
he said
Supergirl was floating on a rock, basically watching everyone die around her, and everyone was like, don't do that. Yeah.
Get down from that, Supergirl.
Get down from that rock.
Gonna watch me die.
You can fly. You can fly, you know.
I mean, I've got quite a lot of fear. I'm gonna be like 70 years down here. You gotta keep watching me die. And the woman's just like, no, Supergirl. Well, goes like.
Yeah, so sad, isn't it? Tragic.
To the best of us.
Trauma. And then it's the Authority, which is apparently like a group of superheroes that just want to fix the planet. I didn't really understand it properly, but they'll do anything just to try and make the world a better place, whatever that means.
It's probably like an extreme version of the Justice League, whereas Justice League will save the planet. In a best case scenario, they'll be like,
but they'll do anything just to.
They're like, yeah, we may have murdered like 6,000 people, but at least we did it.
Yeah,
probably that's the vibe I'm getting. I don't know then.
Yeah, sort of like not a parody, but like a over the top version. Just don't care about killing, but they're like, oh, we'll do anything to achieve peace. But they'll just cause chaos.
I want to do something, but I can't remember what.
Peacemaker?
Yeah, Peacemaker. That's what I was like.
Sort of like his message where he's like, I'll do anything to achieve peace. I don't care how many people, like men, women, or children, have to die to get it.
Still need to watch the show.
Yeah, same. Swamp Thing. Just meant to be a horror film. I'm quite excited for that.
TV show that lasted one season.
Yeah. That looks good, to be honest.
It was apparently got good reviews. It just didn't get enough viewership. And there was rumors that it was going to get picked up by the CW, but people would be like, "No, please let it give it an abrupt death."
Yeah, just kill it off. Don't let CW get it.
Don't let them touch it with their.
The Swamp Thing will just be wearing plastic
bags,
clothes.
Yeah.
Like, look, every superhero costume ever.
Yep, pretty much.
Leather.
Look, there's a romance for some reason that always has the lady angry for some reason, and the guy like, what did I do? All I did was save the world.
You can't do that, Barry. It's atrocious. How dare you?
Why? You're saving the universe, Barry. Stop saving the universe, Barry.
Focus on our marriage.
Why are you focusing on our marriage? Save the universe.
Iris will run so fast your irises will fall out.
Bobby could do that, to be fair, somehow.
Maybe. Attach your irises to a rope and attach them to my legs and run away.
Oh.
Just your irises somehow.
Magic.
The Flash is on the last season now, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're finally ending it.
Last season, they're bringing back Green Arrow as well.
Are they?
For not the show, but he's coming back in the last
final
season. Even though I'm pretty sure he died. I'm not too sure. I didn't watch the last season.
Probably go back in time or something.
Probably he does.
Get him out of a time portal and be like, hey. He'll be like, hey, if I'm here because fans. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm quite excited for a horror Swamp Thing. I like horror. I think it mixes well with superhero stuff.
Need more of it.
Yeah. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Well, it's not called that. It's just called The Brave and the Bold. It's going to have Dick Grayson as an assassin. Batman's trying to raise him not to be an assassin. And he's bold and brave.
It's Damian Wayne, isn't it?
That one, yeah. Not Dick, Damien. Damien Dick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they could cast, to be honest, as Batman again. Feels like we have so many Batmans now.
You're Batman. You're Batman. We're all Batman.
Yeah.
I want my parents though. No, well, you're Batman.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they would be. So see, there's going to be like two Batmans in the DC universe. One's obviously Elseworlds, they're calling it. Like, that's got the Joker and Batman universe, like separately.
Also, they've got the Flash movie coming out that has, what's he called? Ben Affleck in it, and I think Tim Burton's one.
Yeah.
What I've heard, so it's gonna be like full Batman.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh god, there's so many Batman. Obviously it's going to be rebooted in that film somehow. I guess some sort of paradox will happen or something, and it just changes stuff. But what's his name? James Gunn said it's like a pretty good film, so I'm still quite excited for it. I know there's been a lot of controversies with Ezra Miller, but
yeah,
he seems like he's trying to be on the right track now. You know, and rehabilitate, because they obviously want to keep him. Not Henry.
I'm not sure why he's the one they want to keep, but
I don't know. Out of all of them, because I think they're keeping Wonder Woman. Not too sure actually.
No.
Obviously, they're changing Batman and they're changing Superman. Aquaman.
Not sure. But
not sure.
I think he's going as well. Even though he's got a film that's coming out next year, I think it is.
Is it next year?
I think it's next year. Might be this.
Yeah, or late.
I think it's 25th of December or 24th.
Yeah, I think might be late this year. And then the last one is Superman Legacy.
Not sure with the cast, but yeah.
Again, I feel there's a lot of Supermans. You know, not as many as Batman's, but you know, it's a lot of Supermans and stuff.
But still, it's
gonna be a younger Superman.
Yeah, I mean, a younger Superman, but then again, they had every chance to make more Superman movies, but they just didn't.
I know. That little tease. Man of Steel 2? No. It's a shame.
Unless what they've done is not hire them for the new thing, just so they can have like a clean slate of documents, then rehire. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but
I don't know.
Because people say,
I think there is a possibility that Henry's going to be used still. He's going to be kept around for something, maybe, in the DCU. Maybe. I don't know. It's all up in the air at the minute. I think they're still deciding what they're doing. But it's meant to... I think that he said the story's meant to be like... I can't just remember what he said now.
Me neither.
Like, it's not an origin story, but it's like...
An Oreo story.
It's kind of like what we've already had. I'm pretty sure he said it's like Superman's... People don't accept his kindness or something, or like his way of doing things. I don't know. But I feel like that's what we've already sort of had anyway, but... Yeah, just told a bit differently, I guess. I'm not sure. It's hard to make any opinions yet, because I don't really know what's happening. But that's all the stuff that was announced.
We probably won't get anything for it for a while, I'm assuming. Unless there's another DC fandom thing happening this year, we probably won't hear anything.
Yeah, like he might announce more projects coming. I'm glad we got a date for the Batman 2, which will be 2025, so it's like 2 years away.
Which is understandable. I think the Batman film probably would benefit, I guess, for like a longer planning time, considering that how in-depth the first film was.
Yeah, it's really good. And Joker, I think, is next year. Joker 2, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So
also Shazam as well, which
Shazam.
Personally.
So that's the next one coming out, and then it's the Flash, and then it reboots. Because I don't know if Shazam's going to be staying, or whether... Because he said he's in his own little sort of bubble, so...
I think he's connected to the... He was connected to the DCU, but like he never... I think what he meant is he never felt like he was a part of it, mainly because he never actually interacted with anyone else within his film. Yeah,
he was just in his own sort of world.
I think
apart from the Superman cameo.
They're probably going to build up to it, but that's not going to happen, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, that's all the DC stuff.
Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait personally, but time will tell what would happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think... In a way, it's good to have a fresh start, because as much as I like the DCU, it's a bit of a mess. So I get why they want to sort of connect everything.
I do like the standalone stuff they did, so I'm hoping they do more Elseworld stuff.
Yeah, because the standalone does work really well. Some would even say it's probably better than trying to connect it, because it's like maybe it's better just to tell one-off stories where stuff isn't connected, so you don't have that pressure of like having to write in a connection for each I think
that's one of the issues with when DC tried to do it, and Marvel. Like sometimes you're watching a film and it feels like they're just making the film to connect to another film.
Yeah, it's just there because it has to be to try and...
You could definitely tell when they're setting up something, because it's like, it's not like they take a detour, but it's just like they're doing something and all of a sudden it's just like, oh look, what's this thing? Anyway, back to the plot.
Yeah, look, this is from something else. Yeah, it sort of does bring films down a bit when you have to connect everything all the time. Which is why I think Joker and Batman work so well, because it's just their own stories contained.
And I think the way they're doing it is that they're contained enough to be their own thing, but like they do have like little bits here and there. So if they were to do something, it's not like they could easily connect it, like have a straight tube, but they could probably have like something to build on that if they so please, but it's not apparent enough.
Yeah.
Mainly with Batman, the Joker probably not so as much, but
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so intrigued for Joker.
Yeah.
And there's that film you said about with Joaquin in that we should see.
Can't remember. I know the name, but I just can't pronounce it. I can't remember.
It's like Bio or Bao. I don't know how you pronounce the name. Bao is something. Afraid, yeah. Looks really good. Looks very visually interesting and mind-bending.
So there's another talking point I need to just tell you.
Yeah.
Unless you've got any more, you can go first.
Nothing important.
Do you wanna... So I'm trying to get to YouTube. I've got a pop-up on the exact button of YouTube. Go away. I can't remember his name. Have you heard of a YouTuber called Kane Pixels?
I have not.
So, you know the Backrooms videos people make where it looks like it's real life, but it's all done in a video game engine?
Yeah.
They've A24, the people who made that film, have picked him up to make a film.
Yeah, I saw an article about this.
Yeah, he's actually also directing the film as well.
Oh.
They have...
Is he the main guy that like made all the backroom videos?
He's made most of the backroom videos. There's probably like some other ones, YouTubers, but his ones usually
are the main ones.
And let me see. He's only 17 years old.
That should be interesting. I don't know how they make a whole film off it, but I can imagine if they did, because A24 are quite good at making those sort of horror movies that are sort of niche. Like
his most popular one year ago, 44 million views. Then it's 30 million, 12 million, 10 million, 9.5 million, 8.5. Yeah. He's done pretty good. I think it'll be a different vibe, as in if he's going to make an actual storyline with characters, he can't rely on slightly blurry film.
Yeah.
But I reckon with the writers and probably the people, it's gonna knock out the park.
I wonder how they'd write the Backrooms as a thing. Like, would it be in like a weird dimension, or like, it can't just be in a warehouse somewhere. Like the Backrooms are in that warehouse. I don't know. It's interesting.
Sorry, I feel like I've got a sneeze coming on. I cleaned my room and dust has been everywhere. It's made me a bit unwell.
The dust demons.
Usually, it's like when they go into the Backrooms. Sometimes it's literally just like a doorway that's just not really meant to be there. Like you see a bunch of people like, well, what's that? That wasn't there before. It's kind of just like or like you see some scientists doing something and it's just like, you don't know what this is. It's just a room that won't end, if that makes sense. It's like it's just there, I think, is the consensus.
Yeah.
And it's always a team of scientists going in. Like one scientist goes missing or dies, and they're like, "Oh, that's just standing in." I'm excited for it though.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they would write it in. Yeah, it's a thing.
Because the Backrooms, the original image of the Backrooms, I believe, was dated back to a random picture uploaded back in 2007. It wasn't called the Backrooms then; it was just a random image.
Yeah.
And then someone was just like, it's the Backrooms. It just looks off. I guess it's because the lighting, everything looks oddly lit. And
yeah.
Just gives a weird vibe.
Oh. I guess it started off as like not a creepypasta, but
just like
like an internet
thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Not a meme, but like
something you just see on Reddit, and then it's like
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No, that sounds really interesting. Yeah. I've still been ordering from On That Ass, that company that supplies underwear.
Yes, I have.
Pretty good. Well. Yeah, I've got 2 pairs of underwear now, and I also got socks for free.
Oh,
You only get it once, I think, per person. So I was like, okay, I'll just order them, got them for free. Haven't tried them on yet, but they've got like, it's like jazz themed. Do you like jazz?
Yes, that's similar to the ones I got. That's similar to the boxer ones I got this month. Can't really show you them because they're not in my room at the moment.
Yeah, I did see that they had underwear themed like them. Some guy's face there. And gin. Qui-Gon. Yeah, so I thought I'd try them on today and give a review of them on the podcast.
Go on.
I shall.
Although I was not watching the video reaction, he is currently putting on the socks and also burning a figurine of me drawing a upside down crucifix and chanting backwards. Of course, those who can see the footage will completely agree with me. Anyway,
on the bottom of them, it says Hellhound for some reason. What about on the other ones? This is Hellhound as well.
Hellhound 2.
They feel very good quality. Yes, I hope so. It's when you don't pay for them. No, I mean when you do pay for them, they're £10 per pair of socks. Yeah, they feel good quality. I feel like they wouldn't rip very easily. I try to rip them off now. No,
£10 per like one is expensive, but like I think they're good enough quality. And this isn't an ad. This is just my general opinion.
No, yeah.
I think they're good enough quality to warrant it.
Yes.
They do feel a lot more comfortable. I don't wear them to bed because they're kind of a bit restricting when you go to sleep. But like,
I wear mine to bed. But
I mean, I have before, but I kind of prefer slightly looser boxes.
Yeah, no.
They are great.
Isn't an ad, but on that ass, try them out. You get a free. I think your first pair's free, isn't it? 'Cause that's how I did mine.
Free, yeah.
And then you do a subscription to like just get them monthly.
They do take a while to get here each month or something. Like sometimes it's like your order has arrived, then like 2 weeks later it actually arrives.
Yeah. I can't remember. Okay, no worries. Ham is just someone at the door, so maybe it's the Backrooms or something. I'm not sure.
That was
the Backrooms?
Yeah. The Backrooms. They opened the back. Someone opened the back room, and the ghost of Christmas Past was just asking me if he could join the podcast next week. I said I'll talk to you about it, but yeah.
The ghost of Christmas Past, is that the first one or the second one? Because there was two.
One without the moustache. The first one, I think.
I think that is the first one, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it wants to come on, it can. If it's available.
He says he's free for the next eternity, which is about a week in our time.
Yeah, because I know sometimes he likes to come into your bedroom at night, not yours specifically, and then he'll go, let me show you your past.
Yeah.
At Christmas time.
He showed me the past, but he got the wrong day. He's like, let me show you the past of Christmas time. And it's like, this is Thursday last week. And he's like, oh, it's pretty good. I like it.
Did you learn anything?
I learned what I did last week, Tuesday, I suppose. I forgot what I did that day, so he was just like, cool. Anyway, off to the actual Christmas. He was just like, Okay, now we're on the eye-filled tower.
Eye-filled tower.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think they call it Eiffel, but I think
Sounds
my
terrifying.
version's better.
Yeah, filled with eyes.
Anyway, it took us like 2 weeks to actually get to the actual Christmas day we were trying to find. And by that point, I was like, you know what? I've learnt my lesson. Please just don't do this again. And he was just like, doing it next week.
Oh God. Oh well. Such is life, I suppose. It happens. There was another thing I just thought of now. Doctor Who related. I saw apparently in I don't know. Russell said something about in the trailer that we saw at Christmas, where you see a guy walking into the toy shop.
Yeah.
But he's got his back turned. Apparently, he's quite an important character, but we just don't know who it is yet. He was like, no one seems to be mentioned. He was like, no one seems to be talking about this guy.
I thought that was the Doctor walking in.
It does look like it because he's wearing the same sort of coat, but like he's wearing like a hat and a
Doctor walking in, and there's also the 14th Doctor.
Yeah, so people have had theories about who it is.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I saw the person and I was like, I wonder who that could be, but I didn't really think that much into it. But apparently might be an important character for the episode. And apparently that trailer that we've seen is only footage from the first special and not any of the others. So that's interesting to know as well.
What if we get a trailer for each special, or would it be like...
He did say, if possible, he doesn't want any footage for the second episode to come out. He'd want it to be a surprise, because apparently the opening of the second episode has like something big in it, and he's surprised that no one saw it being filmed. Apparently,
from what I've heard, no one has seen anything of the second one, but all the stuff we have seen has either been of the first and third.
Yeah,
which is kind of strange, but that they might have just said that to make you
maybe because I'm like, I wonder why he doesn't want people to see footage from the second. I wonder what he's trying to hide. No, true, of course, but like he said, he's alluding that something, big's gonna happen in the opening scene or something, whether it be a character or like,
unless it was like something so obvious that he's literally like, bruh.
Guys, come on.
Come on, Matt Smith was literally right there in front of the cameras, waving. None of you saw him.
Hi guys, I'm the Doctor, and they were like, "What's he filming for?" No,
Russell, yeah, that's Dr. Matt Smith. Where is he? We don't know. Fuck.
He's vanished after Morbius.
Yeah, the Morbius meal in the Morbius Museum.
Ah, the Morbius meal.
In the Morbius Museum.
Yes.
Everyone always forgets that part, but personally, to me, that is the best bit of it. I mean, the Morbius meal is great and all, but I usually end up like dying
after the Morbius meal. Yeah, the Morbius Museum is full of absolute Morbius.
Yeah.
Covered in cobwebs and Jared Leto textures. Yeah, it's quite scary. Still, what was the film that we forgot? Was it Morbius that we forgot we watched, or Thor: Love and Thunder?
Thor.
It was Thor. I can't believe we remember watching Morbius. I guess it's because it was so like
bad.
Yeah, and Thor was just so so forgettable, I guess.
I liked parts of Thor, like in the same way you've made with Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
To the extent, if you got scenes on their own, you'll go, "Wow, that's a great film." But if you put them all together, it's not a great film.
Yeah, there's some not so good stuff in that film. But it looks like they're moving on from that style anyway.
I think people hate on the visuals too much. I know the floating head bit with the kid is pretty ugly looking, but some of especially that bit with when it's all black and white, I really like that.
That was a good aesthetic.
because I think it gives it that comic book pop style.
Yeah, where you have some items have color.
Because that's what I think with Zack Snyder. Even though he's not the best at films, I do think he is able to give that comic book pop style where it kind of just looks
visually. He's good at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I wish there was darker moments in that film, like with gore and that. I wish we actually saw like he's the god killer, but we've actually seen him kill no gods just off screen, and then we find them dead. It's like, oh wow.
I got a feeling it's probably a studio interference issue, maybe.
Probably.
Because Taika Waititi hasn't really made a bad film up until this point, really.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this film is like, it doesn't even feel like he even made it.
Yeah.
So I've got a feeling the
Felt really
studio
cheap.
interfered. Yeah.
Not like visually, but like, well, in some parts, I suppose. But like, I don't know, just everything felt cheap.
It felt like when they got to the editing room, they were like, here's my editor, and Disney were like, that's not your editor, we'll edit it for you. It felt like felt like I guess a Joss Whedon, Zack Snyder situation.
Yeah.
Tiger will be fine, I suppose.
I know he's really, I don't think he's bothered.
Yeah.
What? Sorry, what do you say?
I need to watch more of his films. He's also the main producer of What We Do in the Shadows as well.
Yeah.
Because he made the film.
He did the film, yeah.
It's a really good show, so I would recommend that.
Mm.
I finished that show, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, season 5 is around the corner. Really good. A bit of a slow start. First episode is very much. First few episodes is very much putting its footing down.
Yeah.
First episode is quite piloty, if that makes sense. You could tell it's like something that they weren't sure that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So
that's how it felt with IT Crowd, I guess, as well.
But
that was still a good pilot.
Once it gets going, it's really good, and there's so many jokes. There's a joke in it which I really like with a genie.
Yeah.
Is that he's only got a few more wishes left, and they're bugging him for like everyone's bugging him. Oh, we need to plan this. We need to do. Can we use your wishes? So, fine. What's your wishes? And they tell Nandor, he's one of the vampires, and Nandor tells his genie, and then he uses up all his wishes, and it's like, are you happy now? I used up all my wishes, and they're like, oh, it's okay. I got what I wanted. Yeah, I wish you could all get out of my room. And the genie's like, I can't do that. And he just cuts off. Like, he wasn't making a wish. He was just like, oh, I wish you could get out of my room. And it's just like, I can't do that. It just makes me laugh. Like, it's such like, it sounds simple, but
I wish you get out of my room.
But I would really recommend the show. I might do a rewatch of a few episodes in the Discord at some point, maybe.
Yeah, because I like I've forgotten his name, but the guy who's in IT Crowd, yeah, he's got a good sort of dry humor.
Humor. Sometimes he hams up the voice a little bit, but I think it's worth it because these vampires are all a bit eccentric.
Yeah.
Especially when he says New York City, he makes that really dramatic. He's like, you are the most devious person in New York City.
New York. Yeah, he's quite good at. I can imagine him doing that certain voice.
There is a bit where like he gets hit by a demon. Well, not a demon, the vampire, but he gets hit by the first because they're trying to capture him.
Yeah.
Because if the first vampire dies, so they're trying to capture him, and he's like, he doesn't have his magic flute on him, which is a thing in the show. So he tries to do it with a harmonica.
Of course.
And he gets hit by the demon, the vampire. And his wife's like, "Oh, you're okay, my love? Oh no, you're dead." And he starts coughing like, I swallowed the fucking harmonica, and it's his like harmonica size.
I swallowed the fucking harmonica.
Yeah. But yeah, his character sometimes has a magic flute where, like, if he plays it, animal and creatures sort of follow him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He doesn't use it much, but it's always funny when he uses it.
It's there.
He also sung a song in an episode. I think it was made custom for the thing, and even though it's just him and a piano, he actually sings it quite well. He's a good singer.
Yeah.
You just won't think it because he doesn't sing most of the things, but
he's got a good voice. I can imagine him singing out of his lungs, belting it.
If I can find it, I'll link it to you. But
Mm.
yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for season 5.
When's that out?
Sometime this year, I think, or next year.
Mm.
Because last season aired, well, last year. But yeah,
Yeah.
mid last year. It's pretty good.
Mm. Yeah. What else can I say? Oh yeah, we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania coming out in a couple of weeks. Are you excited for that?
Yeah.
I'll see it.
I don't mind.
I've heard. Have you heard of the Real Rejects on YouTube? Real Rejects. Yes. Yeah, because they usually review films after it's out, but they can't do it yet because they haven't got the permission to, say.
Yes.
But he did like a quick thing where it's like just got out of the film, and he was just stood there like, I don't know what to think about this one. So I was just there like, because I want it to be good, because I think Jonathan Majors looks really good in the role, and I'm quite excited to see Kang, to be honest. That's the main reason I want to see it, just because I'm quite excited for that character.
I think one of the issues with Marvel, which I've heard about, is that they're doing the whole multiverse. But when Loki, WandaVision, all that stuff started happening, where they've done the multiverse, bit of the multiverse stuff already.
Yeah.
They had a meeting what they're going to do with the multiverse.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird. You would think, well, if they're planning this big multiverse thing, you would have had that meeting
first,
before you
so you can set the rules, I guess, to be like, what is the multiverse? Because
which I find a bit. I guess it's good that they had the meeting, but at the same time,
they should have done that pre any of those projects, because I feel like each one explains the multiverse differently. Because in Loki, it's explained as timelines, but it's like, but are those universes or timelines? Because I don't know. And then in Doctor Strange, it's just, you can just go to other universes. But it's like, are they timelines or universes? What are they?
Yeah, because like if they say it as like a timeline splits off.
Yeah, it splits off and then creates another universe.
And that's like one universe can split off
into multiple timelines. So each universe has its own timeline, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it splits.
I guess
it's a bit confusing.
I guess each universe is more of a coil of time, different things.
Yeah. So I guess the Sony universe has its own timeline, and the Marvel universe has its own timeline, and then it's a bit confusing, but maybe they'll fix it and explain it a bit easier. I rewatched someone reacting to Loki, and I was like, I remember how good this show was, because I quite enjoyed Loki.
I liked it.
I like the whole theme and this.
With the female Loki, because they're like, well, she's just better than regular Loki. It's like, well,
not really.
Not really. I don't know. That's not really the point.
Yeah.
This Loki is probably better at like defending herself, considering that she's been on the run her entire life from the agency.
Yeah.
Of course, she's probably gonna have the upper hand in protecting herself. That just seems logical to me. And this Loki, the pre, I guess, Infinity War, because this is
he's like the Avengers Loki.
I do say he does act like, after that point, he does act like the post Avengers Loki.
Yeah, it is a bit odd. But I guess like he seems to change his character very quickly after the first episode.
I think that was them just like, well, we kind of prefer that Loki, but we have to try
somehow. I
think they just streamlined it.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
I don't know.
I just tried to work with it because I'm like, I still like it anyway. It's a good story. And I liked seeing. Each episode was quite unique. A lot of different, good special effects, different planets and stuff. And the comedy's good in it for once for Marvel,
Yes,
for the most part.
I really personally, I don't really like Marvel humor. I always find it thing.
Yeah.
So I remember when we watched Infinity War and that Drax made that joke about being invisible.
Yeah.
I remember people laughing in the cinema. I'm like, That just ruined a really good moment.
I know, that's the issue with Marvel. They shoehorn these comedy moments in, and it sort of ruins the scene. Because I'm just there like, I don't know why this is here. You know.
I suppose it's quotas.
Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah. But yeah, no. I guess we'll go and see that when it comes out.
Yeah, happily.
Not sure what other films we've got this year. So we've got Shazam, The Flash.
I don't know if that Something Is Afraid film is out this year. I think it is, but I
hope so.
it.
Yeah, I think it was out this year, maybe in a few months. So definitely go and see that. Is that that's by A24, isn't it?
A24. I'm now meant to be doing a film a week.
Yeah.
I've kind of substituted the film a week with What We Do in the Shadows, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I'm going to plan on watching The Menu.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that. It's on Disney Plus. So I'm going to watch it.
Okay. Yeah. The Menu looks good. I've heard stuff about it.
Apparently it's one of those films where people do miss the point of the film. It's just like people do something and it's like, did you not watch the film? That's not what it's like. Yeah, but I'm excited to watch it.
I feel like a lot of people do that though. They sort of miss the point of things because they don't really.
I mean,
they don't really see the layers in the films. They just sort of see the first layer and then think, I don't get what you're trying to say there. And then you just got to try and think about it more.
I did miss the point of Glass Onion when it came out. I do still think it's not a perfect film. I think the way they could have done it would have been a bit better.
Yeah.
They could have done it a bit better in places, but I did miss the point with that when I first watched.
Yeah, because when you explained the title to me, because I'd never heard that saying before, Glass Onion, and when you said about the layers, but actually having no layers at all, it's sort of like, oh, if you know what that means, then I guess you know the film's just going to be quite straightforward, more than you think.
I still think it plays itself too straightforward. It's just like there's no real fun in a murder mystery if it's split.
If you already know.
Even if the point is that it's not that, it's more simple than you think. It's still like, well,
what's the point then?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, it's just yeah. Yes, I'm gonna try and watch that, so I may have a review of that when I get around to the next podcast.
Yeah. Yes, our weekly-ish podcast.
Next episode, next century.
Could be. To say weekly-ish. Century. Definitely century, but weekly-ish. Yeah, so I'll take this time just to promote my charity stream, which is happening this Saturday, February 11th. I'm going to be streaming for 12 hours to raise money for a charity called WWF, which is World Wildlife Fund. So I'm quite excited for that. So join me then. CrimzonHeretic on Twitch. And you can check us out on Instagram, CrimHamBabble. I need to try and post stuff on our Instagram. And if you want to email us, if you want to email us as well, we're on crimhambabblehour@gmail.com. If you have any funny stories you want us to read out, or anything really, send it in.
Yeah, send it
Message
in.
us on Instagram or whatever you want to do.
If it's your no, say that.
Well, we can at least try to ask for their bank details.
No, that would probably be rude of us. When we get to know them, we'll ask.
You don't know if you don't ask. Give us your bank details as well.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, I'm asking. Can you? Yes. If not, just tell us your favourite sort of bedtime stories.
This is the joke, by the way. Please do not send us your bank information.
Don't listen to what Ham said.
No, I don't want to listen to me.
What?
Who?
Well, we've been recording for 59 minutes and 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. And counting.
let's just round it up to 69. Let's say we've recorded for 69 minutes.
Ha! Okay, 10 minutes to fill.
Lovely weather we're having.
Yeah, it's definitely black outside.
What do you think about Janice's report on the new fixtures we're going to have?
It's in black and white.
Mm-hmm. She did highlight the budget, which was good. Good budget.
Yeah, it said the budget was good.
Yeah. It was also Dave's birthday party on Monday we have to go to.
Oh, God. Where's the office again?
3rd floor, first door on the left. The microwave's broken, so we're going to use the microwave instead. Other than that, we don't know.
Yeah, we could use the microwave.
Oh, good shout. I will put that in the business email. Of course, we don't respond to business emails during home hours, only work hours, so we won't hear about that until next Sunday for some reason.
Next Sunday, for some reason. I can't wait.
It's been 10 minutes yet?
9 minutes left.
Oh, let's just go to our scheduled plan then.
Yeah, our scheduled plan. What's that?
Oh.
Goodbye, everyone, and don't forget. Don't forget to turn your pillow up the other way round. Sleep on the cool side. It's very nice. In your head.
Babble.
Sorry?
Babble.
Babble. Babble.
Crimham, Babble Hour.